Hello world, Wendy from Cali here, back with our mixed Manny chat. Today we are using all of the sets from the Electric Abyss box. That's the May Color Play subscription box that Color Street had for 2024. And these are all the sets here. You'll notice that I actually have two of them already opened because I had dipped my toes before this. And so I wanted to share with you guys really quick. If you're not a fan of feet, you probably do not want to take a look at that. I'm like trying to see if I can get this to focus. There we go. Focus. But I used Glow Getter underneath and then Underwater Mirage as the top. So that's going to be my pedicure for at least 3 weeks, maybe 4, depending on how long it wears. I'm excited that underneath it glows. I will see if I can get a good picture of that when I get a chance. But before we get on to doing nails, I want to complain about the Phoenix, Arizona distribution center for USPS, because this right here is a screenshot of my package that I had ordered from Mooncat. If you guys have watched my previous videos, I think 2 videos I've talked about it already, maybe 3, I can't remember. But on May 10th through May 19th, Mooncat had their sale and it was 20% off nail polish. And I've never tried Mooncat, but I kept seeing it on Facebook and Instagram and really wanted to try it out. So when there was a sale, I was like, I'm jumping on that. I'm going to try it. So I ordered it right when the sale started on May 10th. Says it shipped from New Jersey on May 14th. What is this though? May 18th, City of Industry, California. It came to California only to circle back to Phoenix, Arizona, and now it says it's moving through the network and arriving late, which there's no update, and it's been almost a week, and I'm just like, really? USPS? What's happening in Phoenix, Arizona distribution center that is like taking all my packages? It's pretty little time to get here, if it even gets here. I'm just wary that it says arriving late and there's no update. It's like, how long does it take? Like, I literally can go drive to Phoenix, Arizona and be back in the same day if I really wanted to. And I just don't get it. But not only is that happening, but my Color Street order that I ordered is also stuck in Phoenix, Arizona. So you'll see here, my Color Street order shipped on the 20th, and it's stuck in Phoenix, Arizona, even though it said expected delivery date was supposed to be Saturday, May 25th. Obviously, that didn't happen, and it's still in Phoenix, Arizona. What's happening? Anyways, that is my complaint. If you're new to this channel, you're probably like, what the F? Like, what's happening here? I'm Wendy, born and raised in California, and I just like to do my nails and chit-chat about life. But I had to, because, I mean, come on. Where are my packages? Phoenix, Arizona, what's happening? What? Anyways, all right. Let's get started on nails, shall we? Because now I've just ranted way too long. I put on Color Street Ridge Filling Nail Primer, and that is what's currently on my nails. And now what we're going to do with the Electric Abyss sets, I really wanted to do this because this is really challenging me, who doesn't like nails not to match at all. Like, I like my nails matching left hand to right hand usually, and that's one of the gripes I had about Color Street, is that their designs, typically you can't match it exactly on like a mirror image on your hands because they print 2 of the same, right? So like a design like this, for example, Underwater Mirage, it's literally just two of the same prints for the same fingers. So you can't do a mirror image. And this challenge was one that I knew was going to be like, how long am I actually going to keep that on my fingers? Because no two nails alike. Ah, that's insane. Like, Stacy Adams is the one who created this. If you aren't subscribed to her channel, Stacy Sassy Styles, link below to her YouTube and her Facebook group too, for lots of nail fun. But yeah, this Mani Bingo is one that I want to fully complete before August 31st. So I am going to attempt, I'm not even going to attempt, I'm going to do this. No two nails alike. And this is really pushing it for me. But I thought it would be great to do that with this group of misfits because they all don't look like they go together. And if you guys saw the unboxing and my first impressions on these, I really only liked this one and this one. Although now that I've seen what other people have done with the sets, this one is also not bad because it's very sheer. And then this one is also kind of translucent, almost like a jelly, so that's cool. I still can't get over this one though. This one still looks like mold to me, so it's going to go underneath something because I'm not going to wear it by itself. I love that dark bluish, like teal color, but the copper glitter specks really can just go. Like, not a fan. With that said, oh, and Glow Getter, like, Glow Getter's not exclusive, so I don't know why they added this. But let's get started. Too much talking, not enough doing nails, so let's get started. So I'm going to cut open all of the sets so that we can work with them all. And the goal is to not have any two nails alike. So that's going to be a big challenge for me, as I mentioned, because I typically like my nails to match. But it'll be a great challenge because I'm saying it's going to be a great challenge. So let's get to it, shall we? So I know I'm not going to use up all of the sets and all of the strips because obviously I only have 10 fingers and there's way more strips. So, and I didn't come with a plan. I did not come with a plan. So that's another thing that's going to be quite interesting to see what I come up with on the fly with all these sets. But what did we leave off on with life when I did my last Mani? I think I was unboxing this box, wasn't I? Well, no. Actually, I think I left off with Heart of the Hero, my Memorial Day Mani, which I did, I believe it was Wednesday night. It didn't quite last all the way to Memorial Day. Yesterday, Sunday, this finger chipped really badly before Panda Bear and I went to go see the Garfield movie. And so when I got to my sister-in-law Carla's, I ended up taking all of the nails off, and we used my Ruby Wing color changing nail polishes on my nieces and myself, only to find out that the polishes, most of them weren't changing color in the sun. So what? Is it like because they're too old? Or, conspiracy theory, did after the last eclipse, the sun is no longer the real sun, and it's a sun simulation. Not going to talk too much on that, but that is a conspiracy theory that is out there, and it makes me wonder because my Ruby Wing color changing nail polish, which is supposed to change in the sun, it wasn't doing it for almost all the colors that were used yesterday. But also it was very late in the afternoon, so perhaps it was just late in the afternoon and the sun wasn't strong enough. But anyways, what I noticed with my regular polishes though is that even after I've done my nails and I've like had them dry for like hours, when I go to bed, and I'm one of those that when I sleep, I tend to like sleep on my hands, whether my hands are under my pillow, under my butt, or whatever. I sleep on my hands. And so I woke up and there was like all these like indentations from having slept on my hands, and my nails were all like messed up. So I knew I was going to take off the polish anyways, because I was going to do a video today and a mixed mani, but still, it was one of those where it's like, wow, that didn't work out very well. Probably could have prevented that if I used a top coat, which I totally forgot to bring and pack to my sister-in-law's, and she didn't have a top coat because she doesn't really do her nails that much, not like me. But also the girls kept having me redo their nails, and it was like, Auntie's not here to do your nails all day. Even though I love doing nails, just after having to change it like 2 times, I was like, I'm done. But yeah, let's see how we're gonna do this, because we want every single nail to be different. Now I know I want to use Glow Getter just once on each finger, because I wanted to use Glow Getter under one of these, but also Glow Getter under this, because I know that this also is very transparent. But then this one's also very transparent, so maybe I'll use Glow Getter 3 times. Or 4 times, because there's different colors here. Yes, actually, let's do that. Okay, we are so doing that. So, first things first, because we've got this tiny one here. I'm going to use a tiny one. Oh, no, there's 2 of them. I'm saving that. If there's 2 of them, that means I could totally use those later. And we are saving those. And I'm going to save this one. For those that don't know what Color Street is, it's 100% dry nail polish. Well, 100% nail polish. That's like 95, 97% dry. And you kind of stick them on just like stickers. But they're not stickers. They're all nail polish with a base coat, a design, and top coat all in one. And what was I going to say? Don't remember what I was going to say. But we are going to, hold on. I need to concentrate. Okay, I'm not going to use all of these, obviously, because I'm doing a different one on each nail, aren't I? So I think what we're going to do, use this and this. All right. And I'm going to heat seal these. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Huh. These are meant as one-time use, but most of us who love doing mixed manis and opening up a bunch of sets typically have a bunch of leftovers, and each person tends to do their own thing as far as how they preserve their leftovers. I like using my hairstyler flat iron to heat seal the leftover strips in the original packaging, and whenever I cut off the name of the packaging, I kind of cut and leave that there so that I can remember what's what. So while we wait for that to heat up, let's do our nails really quick. So I was going to put Glow Getter under one of these. So let's use this big one. We'll do here. I'm going to be so random. It's like whatever strikes my fancy as I take the strips out, it's where it's going to land. So we are going to start with the ring finger. Typically when I do Color Street nails though, I typically like to go with pinky all the way to the thumb, because sometimes I use the thumbs to kind of perforate the nail strip itself. So I tend to like to do my thumbs last. And we might be able to save that for using on the other side. And then what I like using, which I had here, an orange stick, cuticle pusher, but I like using it to kind of push down the nail strip so that it's not on any of the skin, because if you leave it on the skin, it's going to peel up. So you want to make sure it's not on any part of your skin. And some people say use smaller strips so that they definitely won't touch your skin, but I don't like my nail exposed typically. So I tend to use a bigger strip and kind of cut it off. So that's my technique, at least. Alright, so there's that, and we're going to use this black one here, because that's going to glow in the dark later, and we like that. Alright, and I might be able to save the other side for something different, because I can also put this over a color rather than over just the glow one right there. So this to me almost looks like animal print. I know the underwater Mirage is supposed to look like the little ripples in water, which is really cool. I really liked that the set came with kind of a different variety of the black and then the colored. I don't know. If you got the box, if you got Electric Abyss, did you like that the color overlay was different? Where it had both the black and the colored? I know some people said that they wished that there was just one or the other. I kind of liked that there was both. But of course, you look at my toes and it's like, well, you only did the colored one. Yeah, well, my toes are going to be on me for like my pedicure for like a month, so I didn't want to go all mixy-matchy all over the place with that. Alright, so I'm going to use this on the other side. I'm going to use it on my pointer finger. Is that going to fit? Barely, but we're going to make it fit so I'm not wasting strips. Here we go. Right on the edge. This pointer finger is like literally the bane of my existence because it gets chipped the easiest. You're not supposed to use your nails as tools, and I do that often with this pointer finger right here because I am left-handed and I use this pointer finger the most to scratch at things. So I try not to do it, but it's very hard. I don't know. But yeah, today when I took off my ruby wing polish, I spent most of the day definitely not working because it's Memorial Day holiday and it's our first paid holiday of the year. And that's one thing about having the option to work remote and work in the office. I tend to overwork. Like, I'll work in the office and come home and then I'll sign back on and do more work. And it's most of the time out of necessity, but sometimes it's like, dude, like, take a chill pill and just like relax. So that's exactly what I did this weekend. The work is still going to be there, you know, when we get back. So it's like, it's not going anywhere. And slaving away over a weekend, and especially on a paid holiday, because You're already getting paid for the holiday, so why sign in to work? That is insane. Don't do it. I told myself I was not going to do it this year. I was not going to sign in and catch up on work so that my work week is going to be less stressful. It's going to be as stressful as it's going to be. So I decided no thank you, and I focused mostly on family, food, and fun this weekend. My 3 favorite F's. So, what did we do this weekend? Let's start with, let's see, Friday. We can start with Friday. I know Thursday I was completely wiped out. And work was just really hectic, and I skipped my groove hip hop class, which I was sad to do that, but also I needed to go to bed early so that I can really be ready for the weekend. And so that is what happened on Thursday. After work, I just went to bed like super early. And Friday, went to the office, and I knew that after I clocked out at the office that I didn't want to clock back in for too long afterwards, because since I skipped my groove hip hop class, I had to not skip my Zumba class because I really, really wanted to work out. And so I did go to my Zumba class, and it was a lot of fun, even though the instructor couldn't find her music, so we had a late start. But yeah. All right, hold on. Let's get this one out of the way. This ugly one out of the way, and we're gonna make it on this finger. Let's make it on this finger. All right. But that was a fun class. Saturday, what did we do Saturday? Saturday, I wanted to make sourdough bread. I also did laundry. And also had some family time with the Rents, what I love to call my parents, the Rents, and Panda Bear. We went to go eat at this one place that my parents love getting roast duck from. But my dad's been wanting to actually go and eat at the restaurant. And they have like a lunch special where you buy 5 from the menu and you get 1 free. And so that is what we did. Do I want to throw this on, or do I want to throw the colored one? Let's take a look and see what they look like. Yeah, they both just kind of disappear, don't they? Well, maybe this one we just might leave by itself. Yeah, let's leave that one all by itself, because that's different, and that is perfectly fine. And then we want to do, let's do this one, because it's very different as well. Do we want to do it by itself though, or do we want to do it with something? That is the question, because we're trying to do all 10 nails different. Let's see here. Let's see how this will go. See how translucent that is? Is it translating on camera? You can see. Yeah, you could totally see. If I put that over that, let's see what this looks like by itself. Let's try it by itself first. Oh yeah, where was I? Went out to eat with the parents, the Rents, and Panda Bear. I call my significant other Panda Bear. And, oh, and that's him. He always wears baseball caps. I remember he got his haircut the other day and he came home and he was still wearing a baseball cap. I'm like, what's the point of getting a haircut if you're not going to show it off? So, anyways, but yeah. Panda Bear loves his sourdough to be like super sour. And so I've been trying to figure out how to use my sourdough starter that I successfully created, thank goodness, to create a very sour tasting sourdough bread for him. Haven't quite mastered that yet. So back to the drawing board later this week to see if I can achieve that. But I did make a really nice sourdough loaf. Not really super sour, but nice texture. So, honestly, I don't remember what happened the rest of Saturday. What happened the rest of Saturday? I don't know. But Sunday, woke up and went to Get Fit Factory so that I can do their special Memorial Day weekend class, which was half an hour of toning with Orlando. Orlando usually kicks our butts. And then it was a 90-minute Zumba class, which the owner, Tatiana, and Orlando, and Alfred, who's my favorite instructor for my cardio kickboxing class on Tuesdays, they kind of like tag teamed it to teach Zumba for 90 minutes. So that was a lot of fun, and that was a great way to start off Sunday because I knew that my sister-in-law Carla was going to make the most bomb lasagna because I requested it because Panda Bear and I were going to go to the theaters to see Garfield, the Garfield movie. So that is what Panda Bear and I did. And afterwards we went to my sister-in-law Carla's and she made her amazing lasagna. It's so good. I had 3 pieces of lasagna, you guys. I indulged, and I'm not mad about it because I don't get to eat lasagna like that often. She makes the best lasagna. All right. So see this color on the nail? It's so beautiful. Like, can you guys see that? On the white backing though, it's like, meh. Not the biggest fan of that. All right. Let me try this one all by its lonesome over here. Just so I can say that I've tried it like the single strip by itself. But I'm not going to do that with a glow getter just because I don't want just a white glow getter nail. So let's put that here. This one is not as see-through. So it would only make sense, I think, if I put this one over Glow Getter, perhaps. But you can see that, like, you can almost not even see my natural nail line there, because it's not as see-through as I thought it would be. But yeah, yesterday got to do both of my niece's nails, and I had categorized my Ruby Wing color changing nail polish in my little nail polish carrier, and I used nail sticks to, like, similar to what I do with the Color Street, which is throwing it on the nail stick like this. I painted all of the nail sticks with the Ruby Wing polishes so that I can easily, like, find them. But I did that. I think that's what I did Saturday. That, now it's like making me think, like, I think that's what I did Saturday. Because Sunday, spent most of it after the movies at my sister-in-law's house. And yeah, it was a nice time. Today did absolutely nothing as far as work is concerned, or even like chores. But I did make homemade granola for Panda Bear. Well, for everyone in the household to enjoy, but mostly for Panda Bear because he loves it so much. Alright, so what I wanted to do with this one, because it's a dual end, on one of my nails, I was going to do the full nail itself, and then on another, I was going to do, I think on this one, I was going to do this one on the bottom, and then make that into a really, like a tip. So I think this one is going to be the right one for the middle finger. But yeah, every single nail has to be different. So I got to remember what's been done and what hasn't been done. So yeah, I spent most of today making the homemade granola, because if you've heard me talk about it, our normal oven here at home doesn't work, so I have to use our little dinky little toaster oven when I am baking or toasting or whatever. And so when I make a batch of granola, which I could do it at work because there's a full kitchen at work where I can lay out 4 cookie trays full of granola and do it in one shot. Here at home, I have to do it in batches, and I think it's like 8 to 10 trays, and each of them has to be singularly placed in the toaster oven for 10 minutes, and then toss it around another 10 minutes in the toaster oven at 350, and then another 5 minutes or so adding some unsweetened shredded coconut to it so that it's like really toasty. And so that takes pretty much the whole day. Well, I shouldn't say the whole day, but at least the whole morning and afternoon was spent doing that. And I also made a rice pilaf in the Instant Pot to go with lamb meatballs, because Panda Bear and I were kind of like choosing to kind of intermittent fast today after all the lasagna we ate yesterday at my sister-in-law Carla's. And then my mom, of course, came home from work. She was on vacation for a week. A staycation, I should say, because she didn't really go anywhere. But she didn't have to go to work for like a week. She has like so many vacation days, vacation hours, like saved up, that it's like crazy. But she had the whole week of no work, and yesterday was the first night. She works graveyard shift, I should say. I should mention that. So yeah, she works graveyard shift, and so she was at work. She came home from work today and brought back one of her coworkers. I guess their son owns a bunch of Mr. Baguettes. If you're in the Southern California area and you're in the mood for Vietnamese banh mi's, Mr. Baguette's legit the best. Panda Bear and I actually blind taste tested Mr. Baguette and 2 other competitors, and Mr. Baguette won over those. So yeah, my mom brought back a banh mi that her coworker gave to her, and she only ate like a third of it and saved 2/3 of it for Panda Bear and I to share. So we didn't eat until, I think it was like 3 o'clock when we finally decided to eat. And by then I was finally done with making the granola, which I started at, I think it was like 8:30 in the morning. I was in the kitchen pretty much all day. But yeah, I finally finished making the granola. So then heated up the banh mi, and Panda Bear and I shared that. And then I watched, to kill some time because I had to wait for my phone to charge, since I was in the kitchen most of the morning making granola and I was using my phone as a timer. I watched Butterfly in the Sky. Does anyone recognize that? So Netflix has a special that they had called Butterfly in the Sky, which was talking about reading Rainbow, which, if you grew up in my times, reading Rainbow was legit like one of the must-watch shows. And yeah, so totally watched that special and loved seeing like all the nostalgic stuff. I think that's gonna be too small. Let's go one more up. Loved seeing that. So if you were a fan of reading Rainbow, I would recommend, and if you have Netflix, I would recommend watching that. It brings back memories, and there were some things that I got to learn about reading Rainbow that I didn't know. Like, I wasn't aware reading Rainbow was around for as long as it had been, because I think I stopped watching reading Rainbow when I got to junior high, I want to say. But when I was in elementary school, like, reading Rainbow was legit, like, my favorite. And my mom would bring us to the local library, like, every weekend. That was, like, our thing, to, like, go borrow books. And reading Rainbow was always one that I would watch and go, oh, what books am I going to try to get? But it was really hard to get the books because everyone else was also doing the same thing. But yeah, I would write down a list of books that I want to get. But yeah, reading Rainbow was definitely one of those shows that's just so like nostalgic and iconic, and definitely made me love reading. So they did their magic on me. Alright, sorry. I'm like trying to concentrate. Make sure that every single nail's different. But I think I'm doing it. I've got 3 more left, and hey. I mean, it's not very cohesive. Not exactly. But it will do. The question is do I want to add anything else? And another question is, how am I going to take a photo of both of my hands to show that not every nail is the same? I might have to just take 2 photos. Take 2 photos, and or when I'm done, I could go like this and then screenshot that. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. All right, hold on. What is left to use that I haven't combined yet? I think I had said I wanted to use Glow Getter and this one. So let's do that. Right on the pointer here. Or do I? Do I want to use... No, I already opened it. We're going with it. We are going with it. And in fact, I might just layer... 3 sets together. Let's think about it. Let's think about it really quick. Do I throw... Yeah, let's do a French tip over this one. We're gonna do 3. Because we totally can. And we're gonna throw this right here. And then we're gonna throw that over it. Do I want to do the tiniest little tip? No. We're gonna... Well, why not? Let's do the tiniest little tip. A nod to Carrie Pines. Although, that is not the bingo card I'm going to be using. Or the bingo square I'm going to be using right now. We're just going to do as a practice. Oh, that was wrong. That moved too much. Alright, this one I'm going to have to file. I don't typically file off the edges unless I absolutely have to. This one, it was necessary because it didn't want to stay put when I was trying to take it off with my thumb. Ooh. Yeah, I definitely need practice on those tiny tips because that is not the best. Alright, let's tuck that under. And then we are going to put this one. We're going to use this one though. Over here. Alright. And then we've just got the thumbs left to figure out what we're going to do with them. Oh my goodness. I said thumb and I almost put it on the thumb by mistake. That would have been a disaster. That was not what I wanted to do. Alright. There we go. So see how translucent that is? You can totally see through that. So I love that. That is great. Alright. And then we've got our thumbs left that we got to make different. And what are we going to do? What are we going to do to make it look different than the others? Alright. While we try to clean this edge up, we will think it over. But... oh! I made cookies this weekend too. I forgot to mention that. But instead of making like a whole batch of cookies, because the toaster oven is like teeny tiny, I can only make like 2 cookies at a time, and each batch of cookies takes 10 minutes to bake. I just made just enough for the family to eat so that I'm not wasting the dough. And then I refrigerated the dough so that I can use it and make cookies throughout the week. So definitely going to make a couple more cookies tonight. But after making the granola, my mom wanted the kitchen because she wanted to bake a cake. Well, she wanted to steam a cake. She wasn't baking it. She was steaming a cake. Chinese style. Kind of like a steamed sponge cake. And so I left the kitchen to her so that she could do that. But look, every single nail is different. Now I just gotta do the thumbs. What are we gonna do with the thumbs though? How are we gonna make the thumbs different? We can... we are going to use... oh yeah, I used that for the toes already. I can't do it on the thumbs. Okay, so then what? Then what are we going to do? We are going to see about... let's do this, because I don't like this color at all. We're going to change it. See what it looks like layered with the purple. Yeah? No? Let's see what it looks like layered with. Let's see what it looks like layered with that one. Let's do it. Okay. So the difficult thing with these coconut sets, the ones with the 6, is that this largest one for the thumb isn't always the right size for my thumbs. So I gotta get it as close as possible to the edge and stretch it out a bit so that it will fit. Wow, it is very, very out of focus today, isn't it? All right, so we got that down. And what we're gonna try is we're gonna try this one. But let me clean it up first. Hopefully this is giving those of you that have the box some ideas that you could do, or ideas what not to do with the sets. At least it's showing you different ways to use the different sets that came in the box. Alright, so we got that. Oh, definitely want to cut that a little bit. And because I'm left-handed, using right hand to cut things is very difficult sometimes, but we are going to make it work. As long as I don't cut myself. That is the goal. Here we go. There we are. Okay, let's try this out. Did it change it that much? No, it just made it a little darker. Well, so there you have it. It is definitely not translucent enough for it to really do very much. But it covered up that copper mold looking glitter, so I'm good with it. So, yeah. Alright. I probably need to apply a little bit of heat to this too, because I see a little bit of like wrinkles there, which typically happens with my thumbs. I'm not good with laying down the thumbs at all. So, luckily I have my flaxseed bag that I bought from Stacy Adams. So I'm going to throw that in the microwave for like a minute or so and lay that on my hands for the heat. But before I do that, I need to finish off this thumb here. And I think I'm going to do it with this one right here. And then I'm going to layer the purple, that purple. Am I going to layer that purple? No. Yes. No. I'm going to layer that purple as a tip. Yes. No. No, I'm not going to do it. Good thing I didn't open it yet. I don't want to do that because that's already purple there. Last one we want. Let's use got these leftover bits too. Maybe we can layer that over. We've got this as a leftover. Got this as a leftover. We've got this as a leftover. Oh yeah, we've got a ton of leftover bits. Alright, so what we will do with those, I know I want to save, this was like one of my favorite sets, so I know I want to save those for doing something with later. But we can certainly use one or two of them. Let's use the big one here because there's no matching one for that. We're going to lay that down as a tip, but like a big tip. No, we're going to do it like this. We're going to slant it. We are so going to slant this. All right, we're going to slant it. We're committing to it. It is done. Shout out to Stacy with her Stacy slants here. Giving us something different to use when we don't have a strip that fits the thumb. You can make it fancy and just cut across the diagonal like that. And there we go. Now we're going to use the rest of these to kind of just layer. We're going to layer over is it going to fit? Nope. It's not going to fit. Let's cut that. We're going to cut that into a straight edge. Stick that on right here. Right here. And then we'll stick the black part over the other way. And we're definitely going to need a top coat for this because that's going to be different textures for sure. No, don't stick. There we go. Layers that. Right there. This is not that easy to do at an angle. Alright, there we go. Now we can get rid of the rest of it by tucking it under and using the orange stick to cut it off. Cut it all off. Patchwork. I mean, I ain't mad at it. It actually looks pretty fun right there. All right. That is 10 different looks you can do with the box. I'm actually really loving this thumb with the little leftover bits being used on it. I'm like, do I want to mess with it and try to add more? No. Do I want to add this to anything else? No. That edge right there. Maybe we want to cover a little bit on that edge. Nope. Nope. I think we're good. Alright. The nail's done 10 different ways. Not one, not two. What does it say? What did it say? It says, no two nails alike. There we go. With the Electric Abyss sets. If you watched this all the way through, congrats, you made it. Hit the like, subscribe button, share it, and if you want to comment and you don't know what to comment and you want to just use an emoji, let's have you use the salute emoji and the American flag emoji, because it is Memorial Day today. And yeah, I will see y'all next time. Thanks for watching. Peace.